Oh, you know me. I always just manage to pull things off.
Oh my.
Hey, not like that. It's like fuck. Yeah, beyond that, the video's already 10 minutes done with the editing for scans. So just another 35 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, you must be very pleased.
As I suspected, it's a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable to just go through and put the scans in rather than do the fucking text. Hello, Jeremy.
Usually is.
Oh, like you would know.
I still can't believe what that Almadria did. Not only that, but she was enjoying it.
It's patently clear she has no respect for human life whatsoever.
We need to take her out. I don't think I've ever felt so enraged at another person in my whole life.
Are you sure? You get mad all the time.
Yeah, there's no way she's getting away with this.
We are afraid? Yes,
Head to
Zeus
the
is
underground docks.
Zeus to be destroyed.
Rinwell, can you keep moving?
Yeah. My family and I, we spent all of our days just living in hiding until one day when we were found and
Damn.
attacked.
Sad
I was
life.
the only one my dad and the others hid. That's the reason I survived. While the rest of my family was butchered. The only thing that I could see was the crest of a lord glowing through the smoke. And then
Use your words.
It was Almadria who did it. I'm sorry, Rinwell.
Yeah, if only someone would let you get revenge.
Did she really find the existence of Danon mages to be that much of a threat?
Enough to invade another lord's territory? No, I doubt that. Most likely, she was after their knowledge and techniques. She only did it so she could become stronger. That's the kind of woman.
Kyle, have you checked the new Yu-Gi-Oh card?
in retrospect, I do remember
Auntie
her
Zeus?
making it sound like
Yes.
she created that monster she summoned. A monster. I wonder, do you all think of me as a monster? Because I'm able to use magic even though I'm Danon?
No, we think you're a monster because you're an overblown racist.
Of course we don't think you're...
So, Jobbers and Goons immediately made a debunk of that current episode.
Not yours. Got it?
Jobbers and Goons, why is the name familiar?
You
Oh,
have
was
Splash.
that? Oh, that's Splash? Wasn't that the GER guy?
No.
What's that guy called?
Jabba Godot.
Thank you. I was gonna say, wait, is that the guy who made the GER video?
This might go well in that new recipe.
Can't wait to see what you make.
You're the one making it.
God, why does he keep changing? Well, granted, he hasn't changed his name in a while. I'm the one who forgot about him, so that's on me. While Kyle's streaming, I'm gonna try seeing if I can do that trick Kyle mentioned for the video editing. Cause I looked at his pictures and they seemed a little strange, but I think I've made out how to make it work. I'll just have to test it out with some pictures. Sir Splash equals Jobbers and Goons? I see. And now I think he changed his name to Dr. Goons? Fuck, that brand loyalty though. The anti-Zeus card is good, indeed.
Like, some people are gender fluid, other people are fucking name fluid.
Yeah, I never understand the fetish people have for changing their names around.
Oh?
Very nice.
So he made a debunk on it. I don't know if I can even trust him when it comes to scaling. He's very generous.
Isn't everything he touches gets universal?
Yep.
Yes.
Could Vader win without his God Vader form against Obito? I'll be honest, I think Vader beats Obito overall. It's just that the like healing factor is a little too much there for Ten Tails. Hello, Rockin' House. Although I don't know how I feel about the way they do their death battles. Because him getting the Ten Tails, like, if you want to say Ten Tails versus Darth Vader, that's fine. But if you want to say Obito gets Ten Tails in the middle of the fight and then transforms onward, it's like, bro, come on. Come on. Just start the fight at Ten Tails.
No, that's legitimate. He can do that.
Miscalculation.
No, he can't. In order to get Ten Tails, he has to get the tree. And in order to get the tree, it takes like
No,
a
he
massive
doesn't.
amount of preparation. So you're telling me at any point in the fucking story, he could have just snapped his fingers and the Ten Tails appeared. I know there was prep work, Kyle. Don't you fucking lie to me.
Yeah, that was the Ghetto statue, and then once it had all of the essence of the tail beast, it turned into Ten Tails that he can summon at any point.
Does it just come out randomly and then the battle starts? Or does he like summon it later on after he's already awakened it?
No, so what he does is he uses the Ghetto statue to suck up the rest of the tail beast after fighting Naruto in KCM. And then he gets... I'm trying to remember the series of events, but he basically ends up getting
Well, okay,
some of the
okay,
tails.
so what I'm asking
No,
is...
that's what he does. He uses Ginkaku and Ginkaku's Nine Tails form to subsequent for the Nine Tails, and then it transforms into the Ten Tails.
Does that mean the Ten Tails was incomplete?
Yes.
God, I hate this story. Vader should have massive speed advantage. Yeah, probably. If Vader, I mean, like, so this is the thing about Naruto is, like, if you speed stomp, you probably win easily. The only problem is that the Ten Tails healing factor, I don't think Vader has any way to beat that.
I think Huro senses it.
He had to capture and absorb all Tail Beast chakra to do it, and that took a decade of planning. Haku had lightspeed attacks. It's weird. Okay, Haku had lightspeed attacks, but here's the problem with that. Number one, even if his attacks are lightspeed,
Similar to that
they barely scale to it because he was deliberate. Naruto and Sasuke.
Fuck off.
He deliberately chose not to kill them. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, and and during the war, Kakashi literally fights a mind-controlled Haku and Zabuza that have no control over their actions.
I'm referring to them as children scaling. I don't care about War Arc.
We'll be more specific.
Also know that lightspeed if it scales to Itachi. But no, so okay.
I was actually looking over some of the statements for the gates. Depending on how you want to take the gates, can drastically change how you want to look at Naruto's speed.
Please don't put the pause there, because for a second I thought you were gonna say the gays.
I mean, there is a lot of fan art of Naruto and Sasuke.
You mean the correct pairing for the series?
Damn.
Bruh, the biggest tragedy of Naruto is that Sasuke wasn't made a woman. Darth Vader is stronger than Anakin Skywalker, who overpowers both son and daughter. That doesn't seem consistent, Dark Lord. It's called decapitate him with the lightsaber, and also the saber should inhibit healing since it cauterizes wounds. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that's not gonna fucking matter.
Cauterizing wounds doesn't stop healing factors.
There's this feat back when he was Anakin where he has to fly a ship through hyperspace with the Force. That's pretty good.
I hope we manage to catch Adria soon.
I hope so too.
Kyle, are you laughing at her choice of clothing?
But just how serious like it looks.
Yeah.
Kyle, Respect a woman's outfit, you fucking mongrel.
Oh, Hoodle. I don't know what to do.
Kill the person who killed your family. It's a very simple decision.
Now, what are we going to feed them before going into battle?
Do you have anything solid for once?
We have beef stew. We got leek wrapped fish.
God, why are you like this?
We got vegetable soup. We got vegetable juice. We got vitamin smoothie.
I fucking hate you, you know that?
We got nochi. We got apple pie. We got cheese fondue. We got pork bun. We got...
Oh, what is
Whatever
that?
that is.
Hang on. What is that? Let me look at that real quickly. Hang on. Give it to that to them. Give that to them.
Oh, we got porridge.
Give them the bolobass. Bolobass. Actually, my cooking's improved a lot because now I figured out how to cook salmon in the oven.
Why, it rivals the cooking of my own chefs in the palace.
Hey, you're pretty good at cooking, Dohalim.
That's for sure, and rather surprising. I never thought a Renan Lord would know how to fix anything on their own.
You flatter me. This dish is nothing special.
I don't know. I'd say this was pretty good.
And she ate all of it.
Yeah, if we ever get back to Calaglia,
And everyone only got to sniff it.
this with everybody.
All I did was simply cut some ingredients and let them simmer inside the pot. Most anyone could prepare this recipe.
Okay, more One Piece. That's right, Telecross.
Just throw them in and simmer.
You might be misleading him a bit, making it sound so easy.
I'm certainly not exaggerating it.
If all it takes is putting ingredients in water, I can handle that. I'll have to try it soon.
Huh? I think it might be...
Damn!
Why not?
And if he did, you'd be obligated to eat it.
Don't worry. I'll heal you out.
Oh!
I don't know whether to feel more sorry for Alphen when nobody believes in him, or myself knowing what's in store for me once I eat his
I call it a concoction.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while?
Hang on, I'll respond to the comments after these are done.
You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever.
You seem so beat up about it with your new outfit.
Sara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly, I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on.
Yes.
I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way.
If he even falls down a hole, he just pops out like a rabbit.
Shall we get moving?
Alright, well, let's continue. You can at most give Naruto a few hundred times light at most, while Star Wars characters of air level are in the 1,000 times at least. Obito has no way of putting hands on him that doesn't take into account Vader using any Estoric Force techniques. Prime Garb stomps Blackbeard crews and Shanks crew same time, right?
No, there's an elevator.
Okay. Okay, so the new One Piece chapter got translated. We technically know the outcome of the fight.
There are even boats docked.
I only
So it
Don't be
depends.
tightly.
Here? Probably. Let's see what they have.
If Garp's not dead, it's the biggest cop out One Piece has done.
Why?
Kuzan literally stabs him in the middle of the chest with an ice pillar, and he's freezing up, and he's just laughing because he won as his face slowly turns to ice. But there's a giant pillar right through his chest. Well, I say giant pillar, but think of it more like... Think of it like a pole. Like, you know, like a bit of a thick pole.
Use this for it.
Like that post right in front of you. Think of it like that thick.
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of
No, he like
took off at first wind.
We damn near got.
Zim. One Piece series is known for fake out deaths.
Damn.
No, not quite like this. We literally see on panel him being frozen and him literally have the whole like the stab, like the thing stabbing through his chest.
Deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my.
That being said, as that man was dying, despite being weakened, he fucking destroyed most of fucking Blackbeard's crew. If he was by himself and had no holds like barred,
Sea dog like me.
he probably would have fucking destroyed Blackbeard's crew pretty easily.
Sir.
That being said, it took Kuzan to kill him, so I don't know. If he is dead, it'd just be lame because Whitebeard put up such a better fight in the end, but I don't know. You could argue that people Garp were fighting was stronger. But he won. He saved Kobe, got all of his people out, got all the civilians out. Just him. He's the only one who died. It says fate was unknown, but like, bro, come on. Unless we find out Kuzan didn't kill his friend in the past, the Garp's dead. I wouldn't be surprised if he's alive, but it'd be a fake out.
True. Never gotten to captain a ship before.
Obito could BFR Vader too.
Thought I'd get a chance like this.
No, he cannot.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
I don't think that's how Obito's Kamui works.
It does.
This ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags.
So he can drag other people into the Kamui dimension with him?
We can take them.
Again,
Do you know if they're.
Then why does he never fucking do that?
he does all the time. As Toby.
On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to
Doesn't he just go into the Kamui dimension, not other people?
wouldn't let a bunch of
No, he can suck other people and objects.
On the other hand,
What other person he suck into besides Kakashi? Because I'm assuming he sucked Kakashi in, right?
themselves.
He's done it to Kakashi. He's done it to a few fighting ninja. He's done it to Sasuke. He's done it to Korean.
Just don't fall in the ocean.
Alright.
He's done it to a few miscellaneous weapons.
And yeah, I guess Obito could be a far Vader then.
Not exactly a lot to do on this.
Full potential Anakin Skywalker versus Starkiller? Probably Anakin.
See how they're holding up.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything.
If he did die, this would be the second time Blackbeard is responsible for his family's death.
Appreciate it.
I'm waiting for the chapter where Luffy sees the news that Garp died, or that at least Garp got captured, we'll say.
When we tore down the wall and collapsed.
He got no screen though, or he got off screened, so we never see how they beat him.
had the exact
We just see he's already on the floor laughing.
Ooh.
Somehow
I just thought of a really dark way they could start the fight between Blackbeard and Luffy.
it's almost as if it just.
You mean Blackbeard using Garp's body as a weapon?
I bet my old man.
No, I was gonna say
Away by this view.
he chucks Luffy chucks him a bag.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really.
He could, but Garp's an icicle at this point, so I'm pretty sure he probably just used Garp as a weapon.
Maybe I'm just overthinking it.
That'd be kind of funny.
Still, sometimes I.
He can only BFR him if he can actually get his hands on him, which he doesn't have the speed for.
But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria. Was that really the right?
Although I gotta say, Blackbeard's looking like a fraud right now.
I feel like such a screw up.
It took his entire crew to take on Garp, and they only beat him because of a sneak attack.
Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
Oh, but Kobe got some nice upgrades though.
I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyrs not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Shiryu have a black blade or hockey-coated sword? Until stated otherwise, there's no reason to assume that he doesn't just have a hockey-coated sword. There's no reason to believe he has the black blade.
Because as soon as he touches, if I remember correctly, as soon as he touches his sword and impale down, doesn't it turn black?
Let me check. I have to look at the anime real quickly.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who sees fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almadria?
Why did we stuff?
Not as much as you'd probably wish.
Oh yeah, I think I found another light speed feat for Snake.
I was chosen to be a lord on
More
London.
wink.
No.
Right. I almost forgot.
So when he fights Rex, Rex uses
You think they
an
what's been going on?
electron laser.
To assume they know everything, though
I
know
see.
why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps
Rally doesn't dodge it in cutscene. It is used during the boss fight. Do you think that's good enough to use?
Almadria did?
I think so.
Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
not to my
Damn,
knowledge,
all the time. Snake is better than Grey Fox, confirmed.
Contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almadria do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course, it's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised.
No, it just glows red.
To what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
Probably. We don't know where Ben Beckman scales. We just know that he should be strong.
Hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danon versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
Damn. He just told you a bitch. Ah, she's finally appropriately dressed.
You don't look so good. Are you alright?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almadria were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
She got over that seasickness real fucking quick.
As if the situation in Niaz was improving much to begin with.
House statement Kizaru is no match for Ben Beckman.
Reason I started fighting back
That doesn't sound legit.
my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then,
Seasickness is cap.
all I was fighting was
Who's the biggest hater, Dio or Akeno?
Let's see it.
Dio.
And things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danons like
Make no mistake, you are not winning the hater competition against Dio.
And the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me.
That said, even putting aside Bad Apple and Deadime for a moment, you may be able to free the Danon people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment.
That is
That's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
that's a tough hater competition. Fuck me.
Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidria did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Ringwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danons had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadime's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Baython tell it, Deadime wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually
Fuck, that's
I guess what I'm getting at is
Dio versus Uncle Ruckus for hater of the year, basically.
was there even any point in fighting?
Shit.
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But
I'll do you one better, but I'll change one of the
these days,
combatants.
I'm not so sure that
Rinwell versus Uncle Ruckus.
To make all your home and the people
The only way Rinwell can win is if she hates herself too.
I know. My brother.
But Uncle Ruckus hates the race he's a part of. That's pretty fucking impressive.
And I suppose
That's like a supernatural hater.
people still do. And then there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danons do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Damn.
I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
Damn, she's throwing that shade.
Don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again.
How skilled is the Boondocks verse?
Can you just...
I'm not too sure. I have only seen clips of Boondocks in a few episodes. Like about this one white secret agent guy whose girlfriend kept dying. You gonna talk to the hater of the year? Is he-
Think Law is okay?
I don't know, why don't you go ask him?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize.
You think so?
I mean, to be fair, he ate the bullet of his own free will.
Well, I was kind of lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell.
He says.
Some of us are furries. Some of us are glowing endorsement for racism.
People that you've helped save along the way.
Probably wouldn't be the part I would consider hidden, but okay.
That's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almeidria, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode.
Hater of the year material right there.
But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside.
The one?
Cisclodius Danons backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadime. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Listen, just square up with the party. You hit whoever we hit.
Never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that,
He got his father killed.
Damn, you guys just gonna drop Law's back a story on her?
got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him. And I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Oh yeah, killing my family with killers, oh yeah.
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make.
Oh, there's the inner Yuri.
Think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen.
God, please have her just fucking drop fucking that bitch to the ground.
Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shion mad. I don't know though. Maybe it just looked that way.
Oh no, Shion's a natural born hater.
But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shion's...
Just say complicated.
She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
I'm just gonna be chopped liver, I guess. Bruh, when your waifu doesn't recognize you even though you put a fucking doll over on your head at all times. Do you know how hard it is to balance that doll around? It's not easy, you know? Now speaking of the devil.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The Avatar and white peaks of Sicily.
Dealing with his Joestar family, yeah.
Lush green glades of Menancia.
I guess I better get back to Daniel with
Harsh
this feedback.
wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its lake of death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually managed to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Dahnans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Dahnans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Dahnans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed.
know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Would you like to touch something else downstairs?
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renaissance, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon.
How powerful is Life until Symphonia?
On my own.
Oh, we don't know.
One to thank for that,
I don't know.
including
When we eventually get to it after I beat
especially you.
16, I'll let you know.
Don't worry about it. We're friends after all.
How goes it? Also, work schedule next week is fucked. I'm off Sunday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
Damn.
I need a holiday.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almeidria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up. Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
Damn.
That's the ship. She's huge. Maw, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
You know what, Zim? You were right. Digital is better.
Persistent little things.
Hmm.
Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin.
Hang on. I'm reading a post from Daniel. He's getting ready to post on VSB.
Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you.
And what's wrong with Luna's Bayonetta upgrade is it this time?
11D Bayonetta based off, I believe, String Theory. I'm not sure yet. I'm not done yet.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almeidria.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped calm me.
Don't mention it.
Now that's what I call a ship.
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahag Sar. So big.
Hello there, lads. Warp, how are you guys doing? I'll be sending up to the Kyle soon. I hope he likes the final result. Remember, if you want me to add or change something, let me know.
In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
Alright. Also, Zim, my Chaos Galley support arrives. I'm waiting for a delivery. And the great news that I broke a championship today, taking the scene by surprise. For Vanguard? Or you mean for Digimon?
Could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out? Now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. Smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Good job, Ewan.
Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia.
Let me hit your head over and over again to break it.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought it was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
For Digimon took first place using the injury, reviving the default, low deck, million people dead, taking first place in nationals, the absolute madman. Also, the Vanguard cards are shipped except for a card that looks like a football player, Asta for Black Clover. Let me show you. Alright, sure. Asta versus Ichigo with verse equalized. I don't know. It depends on how you want to take the magic versus spirit energy. Hang on, guys. I still gotta respond to Daniel.
Consider yourself finished. This should make for some good weapon crafting.
Got it. That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine.
It's been 10 years since Ruby came out. It has. First place nationals, good stuff, Newen. I don't think he got first place nationals. I think he got first place at the tournament he went to, but he was using a national deck. What the hell is that? Ezreal looking ass motherfucker.
Go no further.
Yeah, so that little thing that I came up with today, do you think that'll be enough to bypass that? Because I think that was the problem from yesterday.
I mean, I'd say give it a shot at this point. We're so close, but I'm not too sure on that one. I'm not too familiar with hardware restrictions.
Well, that must have been the problem.
Well, I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying that, like, might as well give it a shot. Ichigo only gets a good Tensho in every fight in Bleach. Hang on, guys. Guys, hang on. Ichigo has slightly more to him than the Getsuga Tensho. He has the...
He has the Getsuga Jujisho, he has Blue Vena, and he also has Blue Artery.
See? He's got more abilities than Getsuga Tensho. He's not Goku now, come on.
Oh, he's also got the Grand Race Hero.
Never mind, he's fucking Goku.
He's got the Grand Race Hero, Getsuga Tensho.
It's really just fucking Dragon Ball swords. How fucking dare you? Oh, my right ear feels a little strange. Whack. Oh, Nikolai Ichigo takes that. Nikolai Ichigo, Austin might win versus Ichigo. I don't know. Does Austin have any good powers besides fucking that one?
He has the different anti-magic blades.
But in
terms of an equalized matchup, I don't think he has anything that would be applicable. You've essentially got two people who you're gonna have to argue who's the better swordsman. Because there's no point giving Ichigo Bankai because that's just a speed increase, and if you're doing a verse equalization, you don't give them forms that makes them faster or stronger.
Sad life. Sad life when Kyle's equalization slowly becomes a more popular version. Sad life. Sad life. But Dimensional Slash, Kyle? He's not wrong, Kyle, with Dimensional Slash.
Does Oster have access to that, or is that just a Yami technique that he can use with his sword?
What are you guys talking about? Hello, Demon. Nothing much. I'm just responding to Daniel because he wanted feedback for his Bayonetta 11D upgrade.
I'm waiting for Zoom to tell me if there's any other arguments he has.
Unfortunately, I feel like he's basing too much of his crux on Neo's interpretation, so I gotta double check on this one.
They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere.
The biggest problem,
We should test it out.
the biggest problem I have is that like what he's going to present should go through without issue on the Versus Wiki, but falls flat if anyone who doesn't buy the arguments to begin with were to look at it. Or would you disagree with that?
Hang on. Nazim, I don't use Kyle since it's no fun to it, and it's basically if two normal dudes fight each other. Okay, in defense of Kyle's version of equalization, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I just think he takes it way too fucking far. No one likes Versus Wiki?
No,
Too
no,
true.
fuck that. No, fuck that, because if you're going to go that way...
Fuck
then-
you! You
No,
don't
no,
appreciate any
no,
differences!
No,
fuck you!
fuck off.
No, fuck you!
No, fuck off. Fuck off. Let me explain why this doesn't work. If you were to use this for Ichigo versus Asta.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay, you got 10 times amplification with Bankai.
Alright.
Asta can literally stack his double
okay,
form,
okay,
which
wait.
can give him 10 times, and then he's got Zaten, which
Okay.
gives him 100 times.
Okay, let me clarify this in a way that makes sense. No one's necessarily saying your premise of multipliers, to not including those,
No,
is bad.
no,
The issue is that you don't appreciate any actual. No,
you're not
no,
doing
because you
that.
don't. No, because
No,
you
you're
don't
not
appreciate.
doing an equalized matchup. What you're doing is you want them to start out
By your fucking logic, if I were to equalize a matchup between a random guy and a guy in armor, you would argue the random guy could punch through the armor like it's normal skin. That is the issue with your equalization matchups. You don't appreciate the differences like that.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look.
This is exactly the problem we ran into with the Armstrong matchup. You don't acknowledge that Armstrong's nanomachines
Right.
will still make his body more durable. If fucking... So, no.
No.
Fuck out of here. Kyle, do you know what is a good Capri-san? Capri-san?
I never had one.
So Asta does get infinite / Equinox. After merging with Liba, the user raises the Demon Slayer / a katana above their head and then performs a downward slash, produces a massive anti-magical flying slash. The attack can travel for miles without losing its edge, and the slash will not injure the user's allies even if they are at the path of the attack. So Asta's variant of the slash doesn't cut through space itself.
I know what the attack is. The problem is I don't know if Asta uses it himself or if it's just Yami. And the next party member we get is Almagia.
You need to try it, Kyle. It's awesome. Shame. He does. It's during his fourth sword reveal, the katana.
If Arthur can use the dimensional slash, then he wins against Ichigo in an equalized matchup.
Dante will nothing but fist in Kyle's version of equal stats, right? I don't know. I don't think Kyle allows weapons in his version of equalized stats because weapons don't equalize. Because weapons give you an unfair stat advantage.
No, if they have powers, that's fine as long as they're not. It's not stat increasing.
No. Because the sword will be harder than the person's skin. Therefore, it's not equalized. Therefore, it's not valid.
Something can still be the same consistency, but be sharp.
No,
Sharp does not equal.
No. Oh, okay, but so is the material going to be as strong as skin?
No, let me put it to you this way. If you were to say to me, what if somebody was to cut Armstrong's arm off and he did the nanomachines? That's fine.
No. See, that's the problem, is that you're attributing all properties are going to be the same as human skin. In an equalized matchup, by Kyle's logic, I could grab a sword, and if I can break a person's bones that I'm fighting, I could snap that sword in two like it's flesh. Or, well, more accurately, break it like it's bone.
Well, let me tell you why I really hate when people do equalized matchups, because what they do is they're not doing an equalized matchup. They're starting it out as an equalized matchup, and then they start layering
listen. I understand the layering of AP and removing multipliers. That's fine. But you don't account, or more accurately, in your version of an equalized matchup,
no, I don't.
You remove.
If it's equalized, anything that gives a
bro, by your fucking logic, if you equalize me with the Titanic, it'd be like punching skin, and I'd be punching the Titanic like it's a normal person.
What's the difference? It's gonna sink anyway.
Bruh. You wanna know what? That's why Titanic sank, because it was under Kyle's equalized rules with the iceberg.
Nah, it sank because it was a trash boat.
Yeah, it wasn't built properly. Kenshiro super stomps Dante and Kyle's version equals stats, lol.
Not really.
It'd probably be a stalemate at that point, honestly.
Nah, corruption.
No. That corruption's super fucking inconsistent, and also it's probably an activated ability. It's probably not even really passive, unless you're in the demon world directly.
Now let's go with Mangler's version of passive. Did we talk about that?
You know, I had that conversation with Mangler on stream, because I think you were there for that. I think he just needs to word himself better. He gives off the wrong impression. Also, so because of statements from POC,
when it came down to it, didn't he basically just say, like, it would still be passive because they didn't know that they activated it in the first place? It's like, that's not passive. I can turn my heater on in my room. That doesn't make it passive.
Ah, but once the heater's on, it is passive. Kenshiro's better hand-to-hand fighter than Dante, right? Kenshiro has better feats on average. The problem is that we got a statement in POC where Dante becomes a near perfect being and can master everything like instantly.
In a second. Was it instantly or in seconds?
Pogonomics, do you ever just cup your farts and deeply inhale it? No.
What?
I'm convinced Pogonomics is like fucking man or something. I just don't have any proof, so I don't do anything. They've shown up on occasion in the past. It could go either way. No, Dante has a much better advantage with the healing factor. Like, Dante would probably outlast Kenshiro, but honestly, that depends on how long you want to give Kenshiro's endurance, because I got a statement from the Toki book, or not from the Toki book, but I got a statement from the Toki guidebook that basically confirms that the reason Toki was able to survive the nuclear bombs was strictly because of his Hokuto Shinken training. And I don't mean specifically the bomb itself, I mean the radiation plus no water or food for 2 weeks straight. apparently that's just has to do with giving 100% of the human body. Like seeing a
That's weird.
giant squid in the ocean. That's fear hacks, right? Yeah, of course. That was such a weird conversation to have. Dante is carried by devil power? If you're asking if Dante's carried by his demonic power, honestly, based off that perfect statement, not anymore.
And thus our strength. Yet
But before that, he basically was, yeah. But see, you could argue that for any character who has powers.
Look what the Uber racist got for armor.
The white cloak. Sounds good to me. So the attack Asta used is the Demon Slasher Infinity Slash Equinox.
grows.
Does it do the same thing? It just has a different name?
I don't fucking know. I'm carried by money.
Asking you.
Yes, you are,
I'm not
Blue
asking
Demon.
you.
What?
I'm not asking you.
That's fair. Wait, Dim, what do you just mean that Toki survived the radiation during his childhood, or was it during his midlife? No, when Toki seals Kenshiro and Yuria in the bunker, apparently, because they just wake up and it doesn't cut space. So, Toki just casually is just there snorting up radiation for
One of your friends, Noodle?
So it's just a shockwave then.
I guess.
May indicate Almadria.
I'm sure it's some special property to it.
Gotta find a way to get through some.
God, that was the funniest thing in that other Discord server I'm a part of. They're like, bro, are you telling me that Toki was just there snorting up the radiation dust so the kids will be okay, and that's why that's why he got the way he did? Bro, Toki was such a good guy. He cleaned the floors with his body for the kids.
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there?
It actually just cuts anything Asha wants to cut. Nice.
Indubitably, as one might expect, large ships require.
I should work on a novel while I was playing, so I'm not doing anything else right now.
If we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship.
I might have to rework Rin's card later, though.
Before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
I got 253
This
pages.
isn't Almadria's
I'm at
doing.
like 230.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
I'm at 218. Never mind.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegus?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegus and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? Ugh, my head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
I don't like the YouTuber Midnight. What does he do?
Midnight will meet his biggest foe midday.
When my fucking enemy summons the power of midnight, but I just throw a fucking flashlight at him.
Get lost!
Granted, it was Lucifero's summon thing. Crazy. I will say, one of the weirdest things about the Artificial North Star server is how trash they treat Fist of the North Star. Like, they just love Blue Sky so much more. Oh no. So we got a new picture for Yuta in the art book, in the art gallery. And they're using that as evidence for debunking the strongest warrior statement because Yuta's there. And I'm like, nah, bro, it just means Yuta's stronger than Kasumi.
Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
It's a good picture.
Bruh, what is their damage?
Hey, look
Hey,
at
real talk though, I'm kind of excited for that art gallery. If that's the kind of pictures we're gonna be getting, like, not gonna lie, that's some pretty nice artwork. You can look at it whenever. I just sent it to you. Doom? Oh, is he a skiller for Doom? That's a brand new Yuta outfit.
Yo!
It's pretty good. Wait, this guy. Okay. I've seen one of his videos. However, the video I saw wasn't bad, but it wasn't very good either. Oh, he's a Doom power scaler. Nah, I thought it was MyHouse.wad, the guy who did that one, Power Pack. Now, Power Pack, that's a pretty spicy YouTuber. Because MyHouse.wad was pretty beast.
He sounds like someone... His name sounds like a thing that they use at work.
I know. Oh, that's nice. He's such an idiot. He thinks Ozra beats Doomslayer, which is not the problem. Is he's like Doomslayer is a multiversal threat. He loses because Ozra has blown up planets. What?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that again for me?
Apparently, Doomslayer is multiversal, but he loses to Ozra because the Azora from Azora's Wrath because Azora blew up planets.
Does he not know how scaling works?
I guess he's arguing for DC versus AP.
That's stupid.
Kyle, do Austin
Unless
even force on
his
this
argument is that the Doomslayer can't survive in space.
It's probably valid. He literally thinks because Ozra's face looks more crazy, he is stronger. That's weird.
That's garbage.
Wait, I actually don't remember the person on the left of the picture. Is that the person who helps you throughout the game? Hang on. What's the game called again? Okay, I remember now. Oh, I forgot he was in the game. He also don't think Doomslayer is FTL? That's the most base take he has. What are you talking about? I actually bought this game. I still need to go back and play it. It was pretty fun for what I played, just a little weird. Is all of Asta's devil form 10 times, right?
Somewhere around that. It could be higher.
So how has the spray and Nukarius' scaling been going? I don't know. I don't keep tabs on like what Kratos' scaling is. I have my own opinions on his scaling. If anyone wants to come talk to me, like, I'll say that.
We've pretty much just come to the conclusion that we're done scaling God of War for a long time.
The only thing that's gonna really bring us back is if I'll fucking know where they get like a new book or like consistently new evidence or something. Apparently not, but Kyle hasn't responded. Kyle, Zosta's upgrades with demon forms have 10 times multipliers each one.
And I said could be higher. It's been a while since I've read it. Black Clover's nearly finished. I'm waiting for it to finish before I decide to do a full deep dive again.
Oh, that's crazy, bro. One Piece is almost done too. Just another 10 more years to go. He keeps promising One Piece is almost over. Why does he lie to us?
Well, to be fair, this time it does feel like it.
It's like that one. It's like the mirrors in your car saying the, objects in mirror are closer than they appear. Just the exact opposite text. Zim downplaying Doom? You mean stating facts? I'm sorry, bro. It's just the way it is.
That is just a series that I have not been bothered to try.
Alright, I'm saying it right now. Check your Discord whenever you can. He said the same thing in Alabasta, and that was 900 chapters ago. Okay, so I want to clarify something very important. Oda has actually confirmed One Piece was supposed to end after Alabasta.
What?
One Piece was supposed to end after the Alabasta arc. There was going to be one more arc after Alabasta and it was going to be done. But it was so popular, the editors made him keep going. So everything after Alabasta has just been filler. The reason Vivi's coming back for the final arc and her dad was the fucking inciting incident is because it was supposed to end after that arc. They were going to be key players in it. That's why they're back. So whenever you think of a top tier manga writer, just remember that the last 20 years of One Piece has been filler. Yeah. Berserk? Who? I shouldn't say that. He's dead.
So what you're telling me is basically, it was supposed to end after Alabasta.
Yeah.
So what, Skypiea was supposed to be where the One Piece was.
Shit, that actually explains a few things.
It does, doesn't it?
Zim, the hell did you say about Berserk God? I'm sorry, you mean Berserk Mid? I'm sorry. Berserk's still better? Oh yeah, sure it is, buddy. Sure it is. How many chapters do you guys have over the course of what, 24 years? I mean, I'm just saying. Oda put a lot more stuff out in the time Berserk was going out.
If Zim wants to go that route, Hajime no Ippo's still going.
Didn't that fucker die? Not the author, I meant the character in the actual story.
Probably not.
I could have sworn he died in this fight. No, I'm thinking of a different series. There's no way. Okay, guys, I'll extend you an olive branch. At least both series are more consistently updated than Hunter x Hunter.
That's a low blow.
Yeah, how does it feel knowing that the Berserk author died and he's still faster at doing it than Hunter x Hunter is?
Oh.
Lamal, you read my thoughts. It's easy to write a story like One Piece over Berserk, let's be honest. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this right fucking now. One Piece has a lot more depth to it than people give it credit for. Even in the earlier parts.
I thought you were about to say then Berserk, and I was gonna be like, hold on there, son.
I'm sure Berserk has a lot of in-depth shit. But let's not act like One Piece is all surface level just for funsies shit. Let's make that fucking clear as day. Let's not have that fucking basic ass moist critical take where you think Luffy's just a fucking idiot. Let's be perfectly clear on that one. Let's not be disingenuous here. Except for Berserk being mid.
I can't wait for you. I can't wait for you to try the series and then you just completely change your mind.
I'm hoping I am, because I am so scared of reading Berserk and actually thinking it's mid. I'm gonna be like, guys, I'm sorry, it doesn't compete with Fisto and North Star, I'm sorry. Look, when you read One Piece, it's a surface level, it's some wacky comedy adventure with some grim takes, but when you start reading the background subtext, that's when it starts to look more seinen. One Piece has always been deep, it's just that it didn't really have a chance to pop off until you get to the later arcs. Isn't Berserk just torture porn? I want to believe Berserk is more than just edgy torture porn, and I've been told it is. But I'm going to have to wait and see. That being said, I've heard of one of the best arcs being the Golden Years, I believe, or what's it actually called?
Do you mean the Golden Age arc?
Thank
Literally the first arc?
Thank you, Golden Age. No, which is the one with the flashback to his girl being raped?
The Golden Age, the first arc.
That's the first arc? I thought that was like midway through the series.
No. Technically the Black Swordsman arc is first, but then it goes Black Swordsman, Golden Age, back to the Black Swordsman, and then Conviction.
I'm just gonna skip Golden Age, I already know what happens.
No, you might get a kick out of doing that, or just you can also watch the 1998 anime, but you do miss a couple of key events and fights.
Do I miss anything like essential? Because you might be thinking of Ashino no Joe. That's probably what I'm thinking of. When you have 1,000 chapters, you are expected to take it seriously somewhat. Bro, One Piece has been serious from the very start. It's just that the character's lighthearted. See, this is where you conflate a serious, no fucks given protagonist as depth. But that doesn't mean depth. You can have a character like Luffy, and he probably has as much depth as Guts does, or at least comparable to.
Guts cares a lot about people.
That's about... Well, the point I'm trying to make is, like, a serious character does not necessarily mean more deep than a silly character. It depends completely on the context of the series and what's in the series. Like, One Piece has its Dark Souls level lore where you read the background of the islands and their important characters and you realize the magnitude of shit that's happened in the back of the crew. Yes. What the fuck is that? What? Does that have fucking butterfly wings?
It does.
Check the owl forest?
Berserk got Guts fighting a dinosaur? Can Rob Lucci beat Kaido? I don't think so. Although he definitely probably give him a good fight, but I'm not sure. Because Rob Lucci does lose to Luffy, right? Like in a straight up fight. He could probably keep up with Kaido to some extent, but like I don't think he'd win. I don't know. It depends on how you want to take Luffy's scaling and how he improves as a fighter. Berserk has torture porn, but it has a hard purpose. Yeah, like mine. Everything you see is there for a reason. Yeah, like everything I do. To either expose the background, the characters, or the dangers the enemy wild is on heavy on it. I don't do that. Okay, but Luffy is ass. Critical told me so. Bro, Critical fucking producing the most lukewarm takes and making millions off of it because he has a somewhat likable demeanor.
Why? Because he looks like somebody drew Keanu Reeves from memory?
Nah, I think it's just because he seems like the kind of person you might want to hang out with in person. But he also, if you actually pay attention to his takes, they're usually the most fucking medium, like hot takes, if anything. He doesn't give, like, actual hot takes. He just says what everyone's thinking. It's really... Can Rob Lucci scale the Gear 5 Luffy? Yeah, he clashes with him. The problem is that there's a debate to be had about whether or not Gear 5 Luffy could beat a fully, like, peak Kaido. I don't hang out with anyone in person. That's fair. Weil does some non-friendly YouTube stuff to show you how dangerous and deranged the apostles were, but also shows you the aftermath of someone that was an apostle after his death. Well, do the apostles now go around raping people too? To be fair, he is still a better critic than Cosmonaut. I don't know what Cosmonaut does. Wait, Luffy can tear apart his head?
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Now I'm in trouble. Shouldn't have messed with me. I'll crush you! Tenebrous claw! Take this! I lost my focus! I have no limits! Coming through! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Death Note, for example, with El Cure being the two main motives. I'm basically saying it's easier to set up a story like One Piece.
I'm reaching my limit. You
Berserk's an easy story to set up. It's literally just a revenge story.
Guess we better be. She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be.
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
Okay, so Luffy is stronger than Lucci,
There's no one here.
Yeah.
but Lucci is able to fight him for a chunk of time.
Jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
And also, Rob Lucci gets up after the fight. He does pass out during the fight, but he gets up afterwards.
Suddenly sprouted wings. She has
Samurai Jack can easily beat Luffy. Yeah, if you say so, man. Alright,
Samurai Jack's silly. You can keep up. Isn't there a feat that Aku has where he basically flies across the fucking solar system? Or the galaxy to find like a bounty hunter?
it's actually right. Aku does have some crazy feats. He might
the
have,
way this key's been placed.
he might actually be able to beat Luffy
Yeah.
if he can speed blitz him.
Damn.
Well, actually, no, he still can't, because even if he can speed blitz him, the sword doesn't work on bad people.
It works on robots.
Yeah, but Luffy's a good person.
Is something scaring you?
Alright, now remember Zim, yes, your waifu decks, right? Do you like dark-haired girls? Because if you do, let me introduce you to my religion.
More to it than that.
Alright.
What could it be?
Well,
John Jones Peanut Butter Gaming. Oh, I don't watch Peanut Butter Gaming too often.
let's ask the real question. Do you think Jack would consider Luffy to jump good?
Yeah, Luffy can jump pretty high. Is this where you got your idea for death from? Yeah, the sword doesn't work on people who are pure good.
I think Luffy's more of a neutral than a pure good. Because he's killed people. Let's not be coy about this.
I completely disagree with the premise of killing people not making you pure good. Would you say Toki's not pure good in Fist of the North Star?
No,
Why not?
because he's ultimately still taking lives, and he has killed people painfully.
Why does that make you not good, though? Are you saying that no one deserves to die? Are you saying there are no conditions where killing someone is justifiable?
In my morality, or in everyone else's morality?
No. We're saying yours, because you're saying that wouldn't count.
My morality?
Bro, Toki is literally so good, he turned the Divine Fist of the North Star into an actual divine technique. He's literally referred to as like the Jesus of the Century's End. Bro, get out of here. Get out of here with your trash takes.
Is this the ship's cargo?
He has at least star level scaling when Aku gets amped with Kronos' equipment and Jack beats him. Kronos sees multiple stars.
Be on your guard.
That's fair.
We know there could be something hiding around here.
So, New Hint, is this entire deck just waifus, or is it just her using dragons? Is Kirie pure good? No, because she created the demon world. Technically, yes, she would be.
So upset that I have to go back to my original site tomorrow.
Isn't that what you'd want?
No,
I've used a bit too much healing.
because today I got a reprieve and I got to go back to my first site.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Whack. Is the barrier fruit the best defense in the whole series? We'd have to wait and see what it can withstand further, but so far it's got some pretty good showings. Kyle, we got Power Drain, no resistance for Kyle, and Ko and Lost Claudia, and newest story also grants his abilities to Logias.
We'll soon see about that.
I see.
Nice.
I'll be saving this one. Dance in the wind. Take it down. Magic is
Oh wait, you like blondes more, right, Zim? Yes, currently the hierarchy for me is blonde, red, anime blue, and then black hair to brown hair, going from there. But it's really not a big deal. It's more like a personal preference.
Interesting.
Why do you say it like that? Also, green's also in there. Honestly, I think it's more like just like I think like more it's like it's blonde, then I think just like red, then just light colored red at top. Is One Piece and Dragon Ball crossover comic Luffy can ride flying Nimbus? Yeah, that makes sense, but again, it's not really like we don't really use crossovers for a lot of stuff. We barely use animes for shit. Official animes, and even that gets like debatable depending on how you want to argue for the anime. Because some people argue that you shouldn't be using animes when you're talking about mangas, even though they're the officially animated material. Because animes sometimes add new information.
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
I'm listening. Goodness gracious me, and Yuhan got me into fucking another card game. How about I finish my own card game first? Like, damn.
Another one?
Well, first it was Digimon, and now we're doing Vanguard Battle thing, or Battle? I think it's just called Vanguard. The thing is that...
You're like the DJ Khaled of card games.
To be fair, I am trying to make my own card game, so I should learn about all the other ones and see what they do, what I like and what I don't like, and what I can implement and what I can't implement. Cardify Vanguard, yes. We're going to be testing on Sunday if you want to check, Kyle. Well, let's see if my deck gets here in time. Hopefully it will, but we'll see what happens. Because I said it's shipped, I didn't say it came to my house. Because I think you might have misunderstood that. I'll check it out. I am kind of free that day. How about you give fucking feedback? You're the only person I can ask for feedback. Newhan's already given some of his changes, although also Newhan, that reminds me, the next time you give feedback on changes, please actually say what you changed, so that way I don't make a fool of myself. Zim, you need to get magic. Alright, I'm gonna go watch stuff by a guy named Jontron. Bro, Jontron's great. Also, Larry's Demon will be here if you want to stop on by later.
This'll make us even more formidable.
I could have sworn I sent you the fucking first couple of cards a while back. I think currently I sent you a leader. Okay, so Tales of Rise 40 hours long. Kyle, how long have you played?
What?
How long have you played this game?
I don't know why.
Well, check the hours clocked in on it, because apparently Sparta's saying it's 40 hours.
What's 40 hours?
The game.
7.
You've only been playing 7 hours?
Yeah.
Alright, so Kyle's going to be streaming this for the rest of the year? Also, I do play One Piece, but that's my own choice. That's not because of Newhan. Although, I'm seriously debating if I want to buy the boxes coming out. The box sets coming out for the next set. Because as much as I hate to admit it, the deck I wanted to make in the leader is very rough, if not just flat out. It's just not there yet, and I can buy the leader for super fucking cheap. I could save so much money. But it is kind of fun opening boxes. And my friend's opening too, and I said I'd match him. It's just the price I pay. It seems so good on paper. No, I'm determined to make a deck that makes it work. That way I can justify my money.
Are you?
The current game? What the hell do you mean the current game? You want a duel? I don't like... I mean, like, I like Yu-Gi-Oh! But I don't like dueling on Yu-Gi-Oh! Too often because of negates and shit like that. Who? We're talking about Kyle, not you, Devil. You're fine. Gear 5 Luffy versus Asha. I'm gonna give out to Gear 5 Luffy unless it's equal. If it's equalized.
I think Gear 5 Luffy should out hacks.
Gojo versus Asta? Probably Gojo. Man, waiting for T-Phone to show up so he can go back to Master Duel and fight every Zeus you see. He'll probably show up earlier. Yeah, because the game has 3 formats right now. The old one, which I love. V, which is the first reboot that got canceled. And D, which is the current one that has gained support. Okay, new hint. All my cards have shown up. I'm going to send you a picture of them later, tomorrow. You tell me if I got all the right cards. Why the fuck are there so many fucking formats? Also, I just realized I can technically tech the Reaper into a Tom deck. Which I might get some copies of the Reaper printed, actually. Although, would I want to even tech him in? Gojo, due to Infinity, possibly currently waiting to see how domain expansion works. I play Dogmaticas now. Fucking coward.
Oh shit. Shit.
The FTK one is more fun. Coward.
Ah, there we go.
Zim, Typhon, you know, like Titan that almost killed Zeus.
Did that get rid of the barrier?
I got the reference.
Go back and check.
Oh, that's right. Fucking, we need to go back and put fucking parentheses on all the card text that explain shit so people don't get confused. I'm gonna have to have Newman do that once we're all done with the cards.
Oh no. Go away. Shoo. Fuck off.
Alright, Devil, I'll send you the... Well, actually, here, I'll send you what Newhan sent me, and then you can look at it that way. Actually, no, I did download it, so I could just send it to you. I don't want feedback on the artwork. Just on the card effects and the like. See how that goes.
Did you end up getting back to Daniel?
I did. He responded, and he said he'll cover my concerns later on.
And what were your concerns?
Don't worry about it.
Why?
Because I was strict. That's all you need to worry about. Oh, that's right. Boruto's finally getting a time skip.
It's already been in a time skip. The manga doesn't come back till September, I believe.
Yeah. It's called Two Blue Vortex.
She's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
What a weird name.
Guys.
But I guess I shouldn't be talking shit.
The entire family of Danon mages, and that woman murdered all of them.
Okay, now that sounds impressive. But what if your family is just trash?
Incredibly powerful astral artist.
Specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it. Well, there's only one place to look. Straight ahead.
Almeidria.
Dan Kyle point that your family is mid. Yep, and they still sexualizing Sasuke's daughter. Isn't she old? Isn't she legal after her time skip? Or do we not know how old she'll be?
Have no idea.
Naruto in general is mid. I have to read Naruto for scaling purposes, so I'll be able to actually comment on that later. If Naruto truly is lay mid. She's super legal. Why does she look like Bayonetta? Okay, Newhan, now hang on. Is she legal just in your country or like in everyone's country? I know your age of consent ain't exactly anything the fucking isn't exactly like everybody else's. And mine. That's where legality is so weird.
All right. Let's go.
No, I knew it. I've looked it up before. Because we've
Let's
had.
beat a fight.
Alright.
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
Yeah, it's 15.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around.
Is she going to Japan? Probably.
See, you came along as well, Danny.
Almadria.
What's this?
Yeah.
I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like a rat you are.
Oh, no. Japan actually raised their age of consent pretty significantly recently. It's now 16.
The very way we rule. Those with power set the example.
You know, how does her, you think it's taped onto her chest?
Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Mies. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable. Your heart is nothing but
Yes. But unlike your little mage there, well, she's a big racist. I'm the uber mega one.
Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almadria.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
She spits on the ground.
These people
Furry.
are allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
The racist realizing that the person cares about them?
Shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage.
Check Africa's age of consent.
Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as this
Africa has an age of consent.
be called a lord.
It's 18. That's pretty solid. Wait. Wait, no.
Never stand by and laugh.
Wait, that. Wait.
Does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the
The age of consent in Libya and Sudan is they must be married.
Your pitiful family may have feared, but I do not. That knowledge and power.
The age of consent is that I said so.
You will witness
In Nigeria, it's 11. In Angola, it's 12.
I don't know how I feel about that. Their age is still on the clock.
Kyle, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What's wrong with them?
That's a good point. Don't remember, guys, all cultures are equal.
enjoy your meal.
What do you do if we beat him? Like, you know when bosses summon like a monster? What do you do if your boss monster loses? Like, do you just give up or like, do you still attempt to fight?
The very last thing I do.
That's right.
No.
Loathe me.
It's a good question.
That brings you closer to being me.
That's what I like about Borderlands 2. They had you fight the warrior before Jack.
Save you!
The Garrapitos. Yep.
Where are you going? Lightning orb! Gemini Alpha! Blow away! In here! By the power of water! Dragon Flame! Reload! Magic! Freeze Lamb!
It's over! Far enough! In a bind? I can carve through armor! It's too much! Over?
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss.
Endings come to an end. I owe you one. I could do this all day. I owe you one. Ride for me.
Raging Cascade! In here! I'll heal you all!
tear you
I'll be
apart.
saving this one! Healing
Hear me! Flame of fury burning! What a hero kill!
You're ready to go. Talent Mirage. Far enough.
I never miss! Shining Supernova!
I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw.
I'm actually wondering if fucking Kid still, if they're gonna try and bring Kid back in some way, or if he actually died.
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast.
What about the rest of the supernovas? What's going on with them?
Bonnie, I think still fine. I think the Mafia guy, as far as I know, he's still fine. X Drake was on Wano, I think left. I don't know what happened to the giant guy with wings. I don't think he's come back at all. All we know is I think he
What about Basil Hawkins?
he's dead. I think Locke killed him. No. I don't think Locke killed him. Killer did. Yeah, he beat him by technicality of Hawkins' ability.
Well, the puppets, or the voodoo dolls.
Yeah, so Hawkins' ability is the voodoo dolls will send any damage they take. Wait, so I went on Twitter a while back. Apparently, Ruby Volume 10 hasn't been green lit. What?
And take out the monster first.
Are they?
That's surprising.
I can take care of that!
Yeah. Take it away.
That's literally everything Rooster Teeth has.
Well, they just ended Red vs. Blue, like, permanently. Like,
Well,
they just did the actual final season.
No, the final season's coming. Oh, you know what? That might be why it's not greenlit. They might be putting all their efforts Red vs. Blue's final season. No, so the final season's on its way.
I thought it just aired.
No, it was just announced.
Are you sure?
Yeah?
Wits about you people.
Ready to go!
It's it's coming out at the end of this year, later this year.
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arms aren't so
Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. They're bringing back the original writers. Yeah, it's coming out this fall.
So is it going to be with the actual red vs blue cast, or is it going to be like another fucking like off cut?
It comes right after the events of episode 13 or season 13's finale, where they're about to enter their final fight. They brought back the original church and everything. Apparently, all the new seasons between then and now has just been church running simulations to try and keep them alive.
So are you telling me that 14 and 15, where Washington has basically got like brain damage, has been just a simulation?
Yeah.
So would you even be able to take that into consideration for a versus, or would you just ignore those entirely?
It's a simulation based on churches writing the numbers, so that should be fair game. It's church writing simulations with with data.
Right. Wouldn't that be a massive speed feat?
For church, yes, because he's calculating this all in the span of time. But it'd just be a reaction one that scales to nobody but church, and maybe the problem is that church is a bad fighter. If he was a good fighter, this would be scalable, but church is canonically a bad fighter. No, apparently the team that makes Ruby is asking fans to petition for Ruby Volume 10 to be greenlit. So they're going to delete Reverse of Blue Zero from canon. Who knows? Maybe they'll say some seasons are canon, some aren't. All we know is that some of the seasons have been simulations.
Wow, that's big if they don't green light like Ruby again.
Camp's coming back. Why wouldn't they greenlight Ruby? Wasn't Volume 9 super popular?
I heard some people really enjoy the
Volume 9 was a step in the right direction from what I've seen, although granted, a little silly in some parts.
I'll never forgive you. What? I'll take you down.
That's fucking raw.
I'll end you. Astral energy.
Say no more.
Hey, look, you got your answer.
It ran away?
Oh, blew up.
Oh, I was saying, what the fuck?
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Do it.
Now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go.
Kill her.
Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. Realize that.
Man!
So
That's not the point of revenge, though. Fuck.
I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
That doesn't make you feel any better either, by the way.
Me, with your foolish, useless pity. A dad, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to.
It's not about what you think, or being Danon or Renan, because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
Not more wet. Oh, he's back.
Oh, not this guy again.
It's that swordsman again. Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow
Oh, he's got a hockey blade.
Make it up to you, my lord.
Based.
Silence now. Wretched snake.
Do you really have room to talk there?
Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Wait, are you not gonna kill her either? Wait, we need that. No, don't take that. Oh, so we're just gonna let her drown then.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganneth Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name.
Guys, we need that core kick his ass.
And like a restless lover.
Is that Doc Altair, Alex Mercer? He just showed her respect to the kitchen with you. Damn you, in.
Stop right there!
It was probably enjoyed by fans, but the majority who are watching RWBY isn't watching it anymore. That's true.
Think you can cut me down?
Gonna have to try. Hey, team! Really? Oh, you're a lord? I'm assuming.
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something!
You to block that one.
Heal your wounds until get strong, it doesn't matter. Hang on.
Go with me! Let me go!
Shion!
Alvin!
Bro, he just stole your girl.
That's all good.
Bro, he just stole her. What are you gonna do? Oh, did he let her go? No, he's gonna grab her, right? Oh. Damn.
Come and find me. If you truly are the Sovereign.
That was good, I'm not gonna lie.
After all this time, I'll be free from this hell.
What just happened?
I go home.
He lost the ability to not feel pain.
See this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake.
So, I guess the power to not feel pain was one granted to him, and the other guy stole it from him. So when he reaches out for her hand, and he can't touch her, the shock kind of like broke her. That'd be fucking horrifying. Well, at least you got a cool name like Sovereign.
As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me.
Yeah, as if someone's doing your girl's horrifying. No, for her. Wait, is that Shion? The pink hair could be her thorns. But it's hard to tell because everyone looks the fucking same.
I just wanted to go back. To Dena. To my home.
Alphen.
Now it's a different voice actor.
Leori.
Okay, so she can't control her power. But because he couldn't feel pain, he could touch her. And so they bonded over that fact.
Alphen. Live for me.
Yo, what are you doing?
Leori. No! Wait, please. Wait, What was that?
Yeah, so basically, you're gonna see her, how strong is the Elden Ring protagonist in your opinions, Zim? I have to do more scaling. So basically, very briefly, I guarantee you she's gonna have some form of Stockholm syndrome the next time you see her. Shion's gonna be like, I'm gonna stay with him because he's the only one I can touch.
That's what pain felt like.
For now, at least multi-solar system.
So much for it all being a bad dream.
What's his power, though?
Where am I? Where is everyone? need to find them. Better start looking.
Oh, see, I'm surprised he didn't do that anime protagonist yell. The fuck is that on his head? Oh, you can probably get new. That's just the waifu. God, he really can't take a hit, can he?
Niori. Shion.
I'm certain they're probably the same character, but they have different names. So, I mean, they're probably not.
Damn it.
Does he talk about being hurt in combat now?
You're mine. You're finished. Slash. Orochi's fury.
Man, you're getting destroyed. Have you considered doing damage? Or running a waifu on your hair respectable? Yeah, but he just let his waifu get Rabu'd.
You're finished. Mirage. It's over. Orochi's fury. Plasma shock. Luna Rondo. Hurricane thrust. Tear. Hurricane thrust. Take this. Orochi's fury. Plasma shock. You're mine. Orochi's fury. It's on. You picked the wrong fight. Take this. Orochi's fury. Try harder. My turn. No escape.
I'm sure I'll find some way to fix that, maybe. Well, so they already have a game plan to fix her thorn issue. But if the power can be stolen, that means that you can just take it back. What an interesting plot point. I really hope she doesn't end up with fucking Stockholm Syndrome afterwards, being like, well, he's the only one who can touch me, so I'm just gonna stay with him. Shion, you dumb bitch. Be reasonable here, woman.
Orochi's fury.
I miss my teammates.
Plasma shock.
Maybe they
This
drowned.
is taking so long.
This is taking too long.
Swallow blade. Slash.
The problem with Basel Hawkins and One Piece, and this is the problem with a lot of the supernovas, they're not really on par with Luffy, Kid, or Law. Because even Beji isn't all that impressive, and Jewelry Bonnie takes nothing but L's. Be reasonable and get
Has
back
she
in the kitchen.
fight in the entire series?
She lost to Blackbeard at the very start of like the New World arc. That's
Yeah, well,
not-
that's what I mean. Does she actually like win any fights?
Nope. Although, to be fair, she could be a supernova. Her bounty could be based on other things, not necessarily combat prowess.
Oh.
Did you just fucking say boo?
Boo.
Ah, my right mouth feels weird. The bottom part of it. Now it's getting up to my ear. If tomorrow it still feels weird, I'll probably see if I can't go to the dentist.
Can you afford the dentist?
Yeah, I got insurance.
I don't need insurance to see the dentist. I can get in for free.
That's what all your taxes are for.
What are your taxes for?
Embezzlement funds. I may be able to leave it in an hour. That's cool.
Alvin?
Finwell.
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell. Where are we?
Gannis Heros, Quolron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Quolron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
Well, I'll just tell him you can feel pain now. Retired Avenger. The reason Velma got season 2 is because Velma was contracted to get 2 seasons. Yeah, so if Ruby's actually falling off, that's actually a little interesting.
What, that Rooster Teeth has looked at it and been like, it's not financially equitable to continue it.
For reals.
It's just like, it's not financially equitable to continue. It's just like, you are literally like 2 seasons away from wrapping it up. Bite the bullet, you fucking pussies.
I think Pluto senses an owl around here.
How interesting would it be if Ruby gets ended in a book instead of the actual anime?
Oh, that would make people fucking filthy. I would laugh, but I know certain people would be fucking filthy.
Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Danins, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danin defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now, trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah. And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
Oh, someone's got the big sad.
Bro, he can't touch his waifu anymore.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right.
I wonder if Alpha will be okay standing right beside him.
Wasn't this the same? What game was it where they had dialogue exactly like this? It wasn't Vesperia, was
You're
it?
saying we should check the Owl Forest?
I think so.
I won't be surprised if Rooster Teeth sold the IP. Do you think someone will buy Ruby and reboot it? They won't reboot it. They'll just fix up the final.
Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah.
Oh.
Eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
That's rather interesting if they're not going to reboot it. If they're not going to reboot it, then that means there's a good chance they might bite the bullet and speed up the Ruby vs. Marker match.
Tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
Why are you looking surprised?
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Wait, did he not?
Give the man some space.
Did he not follow that up?
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They told
Let's be honest, Ruby didn't stand a chance against Maka in the first place.
they came.
Yeah, unfortunately. Why is her chicken in bikini?
As for what the ceremony was actually
Because that's what she likes to wear.
unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imaris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind.
Oh, don't worry about it, bro.
Then when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me.
I can't take him seriously with that thing on his head.
That's the point.
So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined.
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Is he gonna be reasonable or unreasonable? He's being reasonable.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need
Time?
is time.
He's been 300 years.
Get your head straight.
To be fair, he had amnesia for like 290 of
I
those.
think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity...
Well, now hang on a minute. He couldn't even touch me when I powered up. Let's talk about that for a minute.
...the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone?
Well, to be fair, he could do the one thing that you couldn't.
Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
So that means you were probably banging Shion's great-grandmother.
Right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue?
It's like a modern Captain America.
Can you change Kisara outfit, Kyle? No.
I can, but these costumes were all Zim's idea.
Yep. Well, there were other colored bikinis. You could change it to one of those.
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago.
Alright, you want what I'm pretty sure is the outcome of all this information?
Back then.
Well,
Listen,
You're responsible, or more accurately, you were experimented on to start the Sovereign contest. You were to test to see if they could even do it. The ritual you did at the very end was just the culmination of the contest.
little truth to
So this entire contest is your fault for being involved.
Something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony.
damn.
Use the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan.
Yeah, so you probably made the first set of cores that they've been using for years, or you've been a part of it.
Several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank,
Just out of nowhere, you see a hand grab his shoulder, and it's Duke coming to explain everything.
important question is, just what does it all mean?
Okay, so Shrek tells Rise cutscene. Good news, Zim. We're halfway through the story.
We need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain.
I figured.
Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Well, it's not going to be like Vesperia, where it has like 4 different story arcs,
No thanks are necessary. The
where
quicker
each
you
time
get
it's
back
like the
on
ending to the game.
the sooner we can all get back out there.
Clearly, we know which game is the better one. Well, she can't miss. You can't miss her.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty
God, she looks so serious.
So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say,
Shion, how does it feel that you have a crush on someone older than dirt, literally?
came down in a Renan station. I have Naori to thank for that.
Bro, if you can get it up, she'll be fine.
did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danons like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
Bang her granddaughter.
You don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past.
Here's a theory.
Be it several centuries ago,
Gone.
or just
It turns out that Shion
What are you saying?
is basically his great-great-granddaughter.
be a white knight in shining armor.
Even.
Even you're the only one on stream who would lick his lips, touch his hands, and go even.
It's a joke.
For both of us. You know what I heard?
I can almost hear you making the sounds of smacking lips.
And I was out of line.
The hell's wrong with you?
To ask that of you.
What's wrong with you?
I did nothing.
Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices,
A joke or an
when
addiction.
I would have been able to pick myself up.
Wow.
Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, who the hell are you? But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on.
Looks at the doll in his head.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
Soothe my soul, uber racist.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
Damn.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family. My friends.
Yeah,
Shut up.
I know how that feels. I have no hope
No, you
that
don't.
you
You're not 300 years old.
family waiting for me.
Yeah, but you prevented her from getting revenge.
Been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist.
Bro, you gotta channel your uber racism.
I've met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the sovereign...
Imagine if the game ends and it's a happy ending, the credits start rolling, the credits end, Alphen is the only one standing there and he's looking over the graves of everyone else.
Then it was me, and now it's you.
Nah, the end of the story is gonna be Shion as an old lady chilling out with Alphen. Alphen looks out at the sunset thinking it's their last sunrise and she just pops him one in the back of his head.
You were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
She takes him down to a lake.
Still, if you want to
He kneels down looking at the lake, talking about the rabbits.
already, poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're
That
right.
joke is only funny if you've read the book. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yes. It's a California classic. Honestly, the guy wasn't bad. It's just that, you know, the farmer's wife was a hoe.
Alphen,
She was told not to go near him.
is she on or what?
She was too thirsty.
What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
Young man, if we're gonna have a heart-to-heart, can you at least remove the glasses?
You're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died?
Damn. I'm being guilt-tripped for being a good friend.
That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place. No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes.
No, Kyle's a can in the vein. He can't beat
Do
it.
this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Damn.
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that there I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Source.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zugals, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right.
If you're gonna say that, I'll see you boys tomorrow.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Just like how the canon event that Kisara can't change out of the bikini. True.
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
much.
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come. We can't let even a single one through.
There's a firm no Zoogle policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
Rondo!
Bet that shell's hiding something tasty.
Shining supernova.
If you were an RPG and you killed animals like this all the time, would you eat them afterwards?
I would.
Kyle slaughtering an endangered species. Kyle moments later. Oh, they're delicious. I can see why they became endangered.
Mmm. Oh, Katie's on more of them.
Sleep now.
All yours, Kisara.
Your waters of creation magic is
I'm hurt bad.
I'll be cleaning this one.
Lightning Tiger Blade! Drowning Chance! It's over!
It's called Toriko.
Slayer Demolisher.
Flashing Fang!
Leaves two alive just for breeding. That's dark.
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant.
Jim's the type of person to look at me and ask, "Are you cruel enough to commit fragua on animals?"
To improve
Yes, you are.
Do you know what fragua is?
No, I don't need
For
to.
everything they've done for us.
I can tell you.
What is it?
It's basically
Yeah.
when they force feed grains, corn, and seed down
kind of reminds me of
a
home.
chicken, a
The
duck,
people
or a
here
bird's
hiding themselves away out
like
of fear of being
Oh,
gullet,
is that to
basically
fatten
fatten
them up?
up the liver.
You do that.
Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
When you leave two alive, would you realize you leave two boys alive?
Oh, is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah.
Funny enough, if you want to talk about sustainable meat where you don't have to kill the animal, you could just eat lizard tails.
Memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too.
You think you should have been scarred?
My rage, this fury I feel.
What, the tails?
Rulers.
No.
It comes from having
I mean, like his face. You think he should have been scarred or no?
back then.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have anime pretty boy.
Friends, family, home. They took everything from me and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone.
Still leaves behind his waifu.
At least that's what I thought.
But what do you think? What do you think about that idea for sustainable meat?
I've never had lizard before. Is it any good?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm certainly game to try it.
Since I awakened, I've met people who I care
But think about it. If
friends who hold me up,
you just need sustainable meat,
make me feel like I'm
just cut off the tails. They eventually grow back.
Wouldn't be very sustainable for like profits though. That's the problem.
and I won't lose that.
What's that?
It wouldn't be very sustainable for profits.
I'll protect those bones with everything I
Who
have.
says anything about profits?
To keep
Just do it by
fighting.
yourself.
I'd have to try lizard.
It'll be like,
First,
it'll be like crab claws.
Of course. First we
They
rescue-
die.
Then we defeat Volron.
No.
Liberate Danica.
If you leave one claw, the other claw will eventually grow back.
Will you fight?
Oh, so the problem is that they don't leave both. They usually take both claws.
Say the word and I'm there.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean by sustainable. Only take one so they can still fucking eat.
Well, no. They don't need the claws to eat. It's just that like they'll still die from shock when you remove one.
There's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the
Yeah, like
No.
Yes, that if you remove, so you can safely remove 2 claws. It's just that they'll most likely die because of what that does to them. It's not.
No, crabs lose claws in fights all the time.
Bruh, Kyle thinks that's just a normal fucking thing that they totally don't suffer any negative repercussions from.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
That means buy healing
you can't
items.
exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there.
Oh, with Shion gone, you guys can actually eat food again.
By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Maybe it was really well
Do you
built.
think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine. Let's get going. Thistlein was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon.
Yep, that's how Native Americans lost.
Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course
What?
not.
Where?
Shion's our friend.
My fault.
Almadria was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything right.
Alright, I'll be back in 2 seconds.
But ever since
Alright.
getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almadria was something else entirely.
Oh!
I already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held.
Then also because they took the food?
It's only
Yes.
natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almadria. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
What a nice group of friends. Anyways, regarding the other side video, I finished 10 minutes of editing for the scans and stuff, and this is like the hardest part. So once I get through the rest of this area, it'll be pretty smooth sailing for all the other scans. True, most friendship of all time.
Oh! Goodness gracious. I'm back. Oh. Ah. Oh, no wonder he can't hit like shit. Look
Yeah.
how far down.
Oh, good lord.
Jesus. Yes, let's upgrade your pole. I seem to be pretty cool. Yep.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Alright. Everyone has the current armor they need.
Very nice.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
I wonder if something happened.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
Oh, it's really brutal, is it?
I can feel my energy being taken away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered can be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out. going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia pride.
I get later.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more
And I'm
reason
sure
to
she's not going anywhere.
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
Oh, he's picking up her habits. That's adorable. You want to just call it here for a day since it's like we're gonna be ending the stream in a few minutes anyways?
Yeah, relatively soon.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you a million times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken.
It was Naori.
Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know. But the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for sending you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
see you again tomorrow.
Alone. I'm all alone.
God, I thought I was fucking kidding about the Stockholm Syndrome shit.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
God, Shion, it was literally like, gosh darn it. I would be incredibly frustrated if I was Alphine. That's all I'm gonna say. If this actually goes the way I'm thinking. It's been like 2 days. Come on, hold on a little longer. No, it was so fucking obvious. If that's maybe I'm wrong still, but it's looking like that's how it's gonna go. It was so obvious because when Alphine loses the ability to touch her, that's gonna broke her emotionally. Because her one like connection to somebody else is now severed.
We ended it here.
Yeah, we'll end it here for today. Alright, so with that said, ladies and gentlemen, so we don't just end it off arbitrarily a few minutes forward, that's going to be it for today's stream. Thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. Kyle should be streaming tomorrow. Are you streaming tomorrow, Kyle, or no?
Should be. I'll let you know if anything changes.
And I'll be working on the other side video because, again, I managed to get like 5 minutes done of footage in like 2 hours. So tomorrow I should be able to get quite a significant more portion done. And yeah. So with that said, thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys on the next streamer video. Take care, everybody.